Welcome back to the channel and another dash camera review. Today we're sponsored by our old friends, longest running dash cam sponsor, DDPi. Thank you very much, DDPi, for supplying this lovely Z50 Pro for review. This camera is relatively affordable considering how good it is. It's a 4K forward-looking camera. It has a rear view camera that can be hooked up, and as you can see, is hooked up right now in a test installation mode, because who would do such a funny contraption otherwise? So it's a dual channel camera. It has a whole bunch of quite expected these days in 2025 for a high-end camera features, such as the 3-inch IPS display. It's not a touchscreen display. There are buttons that are operating it. It supports up to 512 gigabytes of storage, which is good. It is up from average cameras, and it is a Wi-Fi 6 standard speed transfer between the app and the camera, and also it affects the cloud storage if you have that optional appendage purchased. It has a built-in GPS and ADAS features. It has a supercapacitor, which basically means that it has a built-in battery, certain battery capacity in itself. And as I already mentioned, optional features not included in the box include 24/7 parking monitoring. For that, you need to buy separately a hardwire kit, which then gets hardwired towards the into the engine bay and to the battery. I never do those invasive installations myself, but I always acknowledge that the brand provides those features for those who want to pay for them. And as I already mentioned, separate appendage can be purchased, which is called DDPi Cloud Box. It uses a SIM card and it connects you to the cloud, even if no other connectivity is available. It is becoming a self-contained unit that is going to upload all the footage to the cloud. All right, so what is in the box? We're going to find out through a dedicated segment that I pre-recorded for unboxing. Let's do that. So of course you would expect sticky pads, 3M sticky pads for the rear view camera. Of course you would expect electrostatic insulation pads as well, here with another little pad that is for your windscreen to make sure that the camera is insulated. We have, of course, the expected guide, which we will talk about a little bit more, but all you need to know is how to connect your phone via Bluetooth, as well as I'm sure everything else is going to be pretty familiar to us, but you can absolutely refer to this. And very nice of DDPi, as always, to include branded version of a memory card over here. Thank you very much, DDPi. This is a 64 gigabyte included memory card. Very nice. Over here we have a connectivity cable, USB-A to USB-C. Presumably this is just a power cable, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to correct myself as I'm doing it live. This looks like a cable, the 2.5mm jack on one side and USB-C on another, very lengthy one. This is obviously to connect your rear view camera with the main unit itself. Then we have a 12-volt plug, which I love when brands isolate them. They don't connect the wire to them, because it makes these things then multifunctional. You can use it later. If you don't even need the camera anymore, you want to connect something else to it. It has two very convenient USB ports, no power button on the thing, because we now started seeing also a lot of units with a power button. Here we don't have it, but it's not a showstopper, of course. Otherwise, very neat. Nothing rattles, as always. Very nice work by DDPi. We have, of course, a prying rod, which is very much required for you to run these wires. I do test installations in my car, of course, as you can see, but at the same time, if you do it properly, this is a very nice inclusion. The brands that don't include prying rods are really missing the point. This is not changed from all the other DDPi cameras that I have reviewed. This is a rear view camera, 1080p. Both the resolution is 1080p, which wouldn't surprise any of us, as well as the form factor, shape, the feel of it. It's plastic, but it's not rattly. Like it's just a plastic, normal 1080p camera that you're going to fit, and it is going to be obviously using these sticky pads, which it makes for a very easy placement. There are no other brackets. There is nothing else. That's it. So you would just connect it with a wire, and that would be your rear view camera. And the main unit, finally, last but not the least. Wow, look how gorgeous this is. This actually looks so premium and looks so nice. Take a look at this. The lens, of course, is protected, 4K lens. The screen is protected. We're going to take a look how it looks in the car. And here we have the power inlet of USB-C. And here we have the rear view camera connectivity wire over here. All right, so that is to be expected. Just a normal pad here. Is it a bracket? Let's take a look. it doesn't look like a bracket to me, because other DDPi cameras that I've reviewed, such as DDPi Z60 and Z60 Pro, they also had a bracket, a plastic bracket that can be permanently fitted on the windscreen, but then you can just slide it out and the plastic bit just slides out and you can just leave the bracket itself on the windscreen, if you know what I mean. In here, looks like once you stuck it on, it's stuck on. Angle is obviously adjustable, wouldn't expect any less. It's not turnable, it is only this way adjustable. Again, nothing too surprising. Physical buttons by the look of it. Again, even without powering it yet, I can tell that this presumably is not a touch screen. I presume that it's going to be a high quality screen. It's a 3-inch screen, IPS, but at the same time, if the physical buttons are present, that only suggests to me, but maybe I'll be proven wrong, that the touch on the screen still probably would not be supported. To be proven. That's it. That's all that there is in the box. DDPi doesn't disappoint as always. So now to performance test, my friends, take a look at this recorded footage. I already have, spoiler alert, taken a look at this footage. Today it's raining a little bit, so maybe not the best day to record it, but I probably will still do a few rounds for the test recording. In my humble opinion, the forward-looking camera, especially the 4K definition footage, I think has a slightly more natural saturation of color, although that certainly depends on the external lighting. Is the day too bright, and am I driving predominantly towards the sun, or is it more dispersed kind of lighting? So you have to take it with a grain of salt, but in my humble opinion, whatever the electronic chip is there, I think they are progressively, probably gradually improving it, or maybe it's just a matter of perception again, but to me it looks nice, it looks balanced, it looks saturated. Of course, DDPi cameras always provide slightly more crisper, brighter, very saturated colors, which you may or may like or may not like, but then I suppose I could make an argument that the quality is very crisp, so you get what you want from a camera for your legal case, for whatever you need, for your insurance claim. However, it's not like you're going to film a full feature film, Jurassic World 7 on this camera, even though you probably could if you wanted to be very original. As far as the rear view camera is concerned, listen, I didn't expect much from it. It's a same plasticky kind of thing. It's solid enough, but it's a 1080p standard rear looking camera. We've seen already a lot of them from DDPi and from competitors. We don't expect much from that. We simply want some kind of bare bones record in case somebody drives into you from the back. And this thing is certainly, from what I'm seeing on the screen right now, you tell me in the comments below how you feel about this, but I think it's a perfectly adequate quality. I think it's fine. Of course, like I already said, this is a temporary installation, so I didn't use the included prying rod to run this wire all the way back towards the back of the car. ADAS features and other kind of stuff, it is basically referring to, put bluntly, it refers to its sensitivity to bumps and other kind of stuff. If it has the permanent monitoring enabled, if you have the hardwired kit attached and basically attached to your battery, then in case you just lock your car, you leave, the car is off and everything, but somebody bumps your car, the camera through those ADAS features and the GPS, the gyrometer that is in there, it's going to detect the bump and start recording immediately. And then, if you have a cloud box, it's going to immediately upload also the footage to the cloud. We are not end-to-end testing the complexity of the whole thing. DDPi app, so as you can see, there is a QR code provided in the instruction manual on the box itself, you can see, and you can download the app, the DDPi app, and recognize the camera, essentially connect the camera via Bluetooth when Bluetooth is enabled, and that allows you to even edit with the help of the app. You can even edit little clips if you would like to do any of that kind of stuff. I don't. I use other editing software for my stuff, including if I'm on mobile, I use CapCut, for example, which is a dedicated video editing software. Not to say that it's bad that they've given you at least a rudimentary method of enhancing footage, doing some basic things, cuts there, but I will not pretend to have tested it deeply. I'm just alerting you to the fact that that app exists, and you can absolutely preview the footage, download it to your phone, do other kind of things with that app. I think the default setting, without you updating anything, like you just turned it on and that's it, I think sensitivity to humps and bumps, just kind of like, as you drive through the areas that require you to slow down, nothing happens, but you just go through a bit of a bump on the road, right? That forces you to slow down. It would always automatically take a photo, take a shot that you didn't ask it to do, and nothing happened. It's oversensitive in my opinion. However, as I expressed my thoughts in a other separate video a few months back. There are a whole bunch of settings. There is a whole setting block inside of the app that allows you to reduce that sensitivity. So don't let that discourage you. And also, if you're not a fan of Hello DDPi, I actually quite like it, but if you don't like that Hello DDPi, if it's a bit annoying for you or for your wife, you can always turn that off as well. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Anyway, you can treat this as first impressions of DDPi Z50 Pro. Is it significantly different or inferior to, let's say, Z60 Pro? This is not a comparison video because I wouldn't be doing justice to the device. On the surface, in my humble opinion, this thing is simpler. It is the same bones. You can see that it's the same solid brand. It's the same solid product with very comparable, if not the same really quality of the footage going forward and going backwards. However, the only inferior thing that is obvious to me compared to Z60, let's say, camera lineup, is the fact that the fitting bracket, as I showed you in the unboxing part of this video, in case you forwarded it to this point, it is more of a permanent installation for Z50. And Z60 allowed you to install a bracket and then much easier slide the main camera off that bracket, if you know what I mean. If you needed to, I don't know, clean it, remove this camera, remove Z60, put Z60 Pro into the bracket, but the bracket could stay on the windscreen. In Z50 case, it looks like that's one thing that's very obvious to me, that it's more of a permanent installation. Once you installed it, that's your camera, mate. But aside from that, angle is adjustable, quality is good. A rear view camera, long enough cable, you can run it back, you can do something dumb like I just did, more for funsies. It's actually a pretty cool thing. That's how I probably will start testing other cameras. Anyway, I hope if you are the handful of people who are still this late into the video and you watched the whole video, I want to know about you. I want to know you. First of all, I have a fair good assumption. I have some people who are veterans and they've been supporting me through thick and thin. But if you're new people here, say hello. I promise I'll say hello back. Thank you, DDPi, for sponsoring this video. Wonderful product. Check out the links, obviously, in the description of the video and the pinned comment. Goodbye for now.